Did the latest Superman movie meet the expectations of many excited moviegoers? Or did it not live up to the courageousness of its own title? Well, let's find out.
What's the S stand for?
It's not an S.
How about super?
Excuse me.
When the world finds out what you can do, it's gonna change everything.
You okay? What are you smiling about, Captain?
I just think he's kind of hot.
Starring Henry Cavill, Amy Adams, Michael Shannon, Kevin Costner, and Russell Crowe, director Zack Snyder brings the first superhero ever created back to the big screen with Man of Steel. After 300, Watchmen, and Ooh, Chicas! This reboot begins on the planet of Krypton when Kal-El, aka Superman, is born. Eventually, though, he is sent by his birth parents in a pod to Earth, so he can escape the crumbling surface of Krypton. On Earth, he is taken in by Jonathan and Martha Kent, and grows up in their little countryside home. But once he reaches adulthood, danger creeps up closer and closer as an old enemy from Krypton, General Zod, prepares to wipe out the entire world if people across the globe don't agree to hand over their greatest hero. Though I didn't set my expectations too high for it, Man of Steel did have two major flaws that made it less exciting. Firstly, the action dragged out to the point of exhaustion. This is one of the few action movies that I've seen where I would have liked more dialogue between the characters and fewer Michael Bay-like action sequences. The other issue didn't completely ruin the movie for me. However, especially with a movie like this, I was expecting a worthy villain. Unfortunately, Michael Shannon's performance as General Zod was exceedingly dull. Zod is just one of those antagonists that you want to be killed off ASAP.
What I should have done years ago. These lawmakers, with their endless debates, have led Krypton to ruin.
And if your forces prevail, you'll be the leader of nothing.
Then join me. Help me save our race. We'll start anew. We'll sever the degenerative bloodlines that led us to this state.
And who will decide which bloodline survives, Zod? You?
Don't do this, El. The last thing I want is for us to be enemies.
You have abandoned the principles that bound us together. You've taken up the sword against your own people. I will honor the man you once were, Zod. Not this monster you've become.
Aside from the fact that it wouldn't be part of the story, I still think one of his followers, aka this chick, would have made a much better main adversary for Superman.
A good death is its own reward. You are weak, son of El, unsure of yourself. The fact that you possess a sense of morality and we do not gives us an evolutionary advantage. And if history has proven anything, it is that evolution always wins.
Otherwise, I believe the rest of the cast was wisely chosen, especially Henry Cavill as Superman, Amy Adams as Lois Lane, and Kevin Costner as Jonathan Kent. In the end, I wasn't very impressed with Man of Steel. On the other hand, it was pretty entertaining and touching every now and then. But that's still not enough to bring it up to a green light, so I'm going to give it a yellow light. I know very few people out there right now who disliked Man of Steel, and therefore I'm going to assume that many, if not the majority of you watching this review, disagree with me. So here's your chance to give it a streetlight rating. Whether you hated it, loved it, or just thought it was okay, tell me in the comments section below.